something like if a man die or something like that, then something will go to, it's talking about how they will separate things. So, you know, that's what made me think of, like, about that whole energy of money in the grave. Like, because if you think about it, it's going to be hierarchies and things like this, and probably these crooked Pharisees and things like this that are writing in places here, stuff that they were not supposed to be, possibly hijacking whole chapters here, and or even they have connections with governing forces, or they're very crafty when it comes to trusts and funds and all these things that I've come here to fight against, the way that these people have been doing, treating Ra and also treating the children, right? So again, just to get into just like real life action, galactic type, we're gonna keep the cussing down on here, okay? But you know what I'm saying? Some other worldly parallel universe, some people is only going to be able to, be in that energy. And when it comes to Inanna, she happens to be someone that is of the heavens and the earth, right? So I don't know. It's just so even that crest, even like, I don't know, I see that sun energy, but even the crescent energy reminds me of like the moon, though, because maybe she, her clarity and stuff comes in at night or something. I don't know, right? But also, really firmly planted on the ground, and I feel even right strong and abundant. Because what I'm saying is, the energy I'm getting here is somebody, okay? And when we're dealing with the children of Israel and the sons of God and the sons of man, throughout this is talking about, I feel, in Deuteronomy and here, is again what we're talking about in politics right now, as to how we can lose ourselves by bringing in people that are for, just happen to be for, they're still people now, right? They should be not harmed and treated fairly, right? There's going to be a difference between somebody coming illegally and somebody coming the right way. There's a difference between third generation, so-called Black Americans, and then the ones that were lied to and said they was from Africa when all along they was from the Americas. There's a difference here. You see what I'm saying? There has to be order in, I know people say law and order, but there has to be order in law, or it don't make no damn sense. Then it adds up to what it means and is defined as in etymology as a lie. And there's so many laws and bills and acts and everything. Who can keep up with them all? I feel like we are really supposed to be only dealing with the 10 Commandments right now. It's just period. That's all what I think. That's what I know. The reason why all this stuff is chaotic right now is because people are still allowed to push these different narratives here in these bills. That's why they're trying to do it, because we're really right now supposed to be in the 10 Commandments, and that's it. In rebuilding. But we have people that are doing things in a deceitful manner, I feel. And it's causing confusion until we can get grounded, get rooted, right? And booted. Anybody that don't belong there, right? Now, I'm not saying that people don't belong there that haven't come in from another country. But I think just like back in the day, they made laws to make sure that for a president, you had to be born. I think you had to be born. No. That might be a trick, okay? Because if we even think about it, if we had our first so-called Black president, he was African, right? No offense, no nothing. I'm just saying. But clearly, they wanted us to know that part. That still lets you know that no American Aborigine has been president. I mean, we had to use common sense and discernment here. Why is that? Out of all the people, we couldn't find anyone who had original origins, and you know what I'm saying, here. And I think he did have somewhat of a Muslim background. So again, I'm just saying, what does all this mean to us as so-called Black people, the real holy ones that keep getting put under the boots of other people and having other people come into our land and reap benefits over us? Just like it said in Deuteronomy, who was writing this stuff in Deuteronomy? Who hijacked Deuteronomy? If you get all out of the religious aspect and you pay attention, who hijacked it? Why was people saying that Harriet Tubman might have been a traitor or a bootlick. Why would they say that? What happened? There's usually some kind of rise and fall of a man or a woman of great stature. Most of them can just die off in peace, or they leave in peace. But when it comes to American Aborigines, that try to tell you the truth, like Michael Jackson, people like this that let out little things over the past, they have to be crucified publicly before they exit the stage. Whitney Houston, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, are we really thinking about these types of things? We have to look at it, because that's the only way to fix it. You can't just say, oh, it's too ugly. I don't want to look at that. I can't handle that right now. Well, that means that we was all wrong about just blaming the white man all this time. We want to still blame the so-called white man and white supremacy. We don't want to see it for what it really is, because you're going to keep on getting your ass whooped. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Maybe I'm just getting frustrated already again. Oh, we could just go through Matthew, but I'm not even going to do this. I'm not. We about to read what I was about to read over here. Just like here, now tell us, is it right to pay taxes to the Roman government or not? But Jesus saw what they were after. You hypocrites, he exclaimed. Who are you trying to fool with your trick question? See, this is what I like, this Living Bible. This is the energy I'm in right now. Like, what is you doing? We're just skimming through here. All right, so again, give it to Caesar and then give it to God, okay? Baffled them. But the same day, the Sadducees who say there is no and again, if Jesus don't know or is not able to access or is being kept away, could you imagine if he was being kept away from his disciples or from God? You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine? And then somebody else is basically stepping in and doing things on their part. Like, we really just have to look at this as not being racist. It's just really pulling back these layers of this onion to see what is really going on. What's so corrupt? What is going on? People have spent time and money on certain developments that have gone nowhere. Nobody is seeing any type of anything when it comes to the real American blacks that have been lied to and said that they were from Africa. But every time there was promised no more floods. Now we have another flood coming in. There's no reason why Americans, whether this is just something that we're getting perceived and it's a damn lie, there's no reason why Americans, black and white, they have you fighting against each other while everybody else up in here taking your shit. And the whole world is looking at you as if you're babies, and they have to come in here and offer you money and cause problem, reaction, solution, and then get you trapped up in some kind of debt for another 400 years or so. Instead of just us getting together and going back to even back in the day. I was just watching those David and Goliath, I think, those little cartoon kind of like puppet kind of Play-Doh looking, I don't know what it is, okay, you know what I'm saying? And just how he came up to it was the town hall, and how it just said town hall. It was just like this cute little building. It just was so like plain and straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, it's time. We have never really, they say in recession, hey, if we got to recede for a minute just to go back to something real quick so we can figure out what this is and deny whatever they talking about over there when it comes to that Trojan horse of a bill, that's what we need to do. It's like the stand, this the final stand. It's the last call. You know what rights you're going to lose? Them all. It just, I don't know. I don't know how else to, I don't. But this is what I'm saying. This is why they keep certain people contained. I'll just say that. Because they're going to look foolish. Like God wanted them to look. Thinking they know better. Thinking that they can try and denounce or, decapitate or take the head off of the children and replace it with something new. He replied, his reply surprised and baffled them. Okay, but the same, but the same day, some of the Sadducees who say there is no resurrection after death. These are people. Now, this just made me think of people that's in pretty much possibly in the grave, in the Dalit, undesirable, so-called black, right? Dead by law, right? That have been brought up into the territory of commoners, peasants, and servants, and probably some of those, like middle class or whatever. Because again, people that make the money is the only ones that really matter. You know what I'm saying? That can pay taxes really matter. The other people are just, servants to a certain extent. That's why they want to give you free shit and bring people in here and give them a large lump sum of money so they can build businesses in towns and they can be doctors and all these other things, and you could just be getting benefits, basically. Okay? Handouts from the same governing forces. Like, you trust them with the antidote. You trust them with handouts. You trust them with your life. You turn away from your own people. You can't collectively get together as a people without hating each other for stupid shit. You can't. I just don't understand where this is going on, but I see a lot of people took that damn antidote. You fell for it. They talked about elders. Okay, you are the elders in this land. You are the elders of this land. This is why they wanted you to be taking it, you to be looked at as a problem if you didn't, you to be the ones that the mob came after if you don't want to take it. You, every time. I take you around, show you these sites that's unmarked, that's burial grounds, damn near every single inch of this land here in America, covered with the bones of your ancestors, so-called black people and white people. And we still allow for other nations to come in here. And that's what I'm saying. It's okay to operate with somebody, but it seems like a motherfucker mad because we're not willing just to bow down or give. I just don't. I don't understand. Everybody else can be prideful and proud of their land and their nobody. We're not in their business. Everybody is in America's business. Everybody want a piece of the sweet potato pie. Everybody want they fucking hands on her thigh. And want to put it up your damn dress to call you blessed. And I say it ain't me. I don't do it like that. I do what the hell I want to do. And that's what I'm saying. I'm cut from a different cloth. I didn't come here to fit into what they got going on. I came here to destroy that shit and build it up again. The right way. With the people. With the people. With the people by my side. And that's why they don't want anybody really dealing with people like this. Because, again, I can respect a man. I can respect a woman. But when I see that you doing some dirty shit and you coming for people that are ignorant to things, I have a problem with that. When you want to use mass manipulation, I have a problem with that. Your feelings is the last thing on my mind. It's facts over feelings. When it comes to children being harmed, it's a problem for me. That's the only thing you really need to know about me. And I have a gift to see. Very clearly most times. Very clearly most times. But something has to be brought to my attention. I have to know that you want me to address it in order to be a help. Do you understand? You can put a rat in the maze, but if you don't put the piece of cheese in there, the damn mouse is probably just going to be sitting around there never trying to get to the end of the thing. It makes no sense. And how dare you try to treat somebody, and that's what I'm saying, because people don't know. They don't value other people in relationships anymore. So it says, if a man died without children, his brother should marry the widow, and their children would get all the dead man's property. Okay, so this is gonna be difficult. I'm gonna have to come back, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back. This is important. This is important to me. I'm gonna get on camera. My neck is starting to hurt by sitting here like this. I'm gonna have to come here. Okay, because listen. All right. So what they're saying here, I feel, what sources telling me is they're trying to get somebody. Somebody has fallen, right? Probably back down into another status for some reason. They had to go back into the underworld for some reason. Possibly they came back to the underworld for somebody. I don't know, but we're gonna just try to find out. And so these bogus Sadducees are trying to say, oh, this person can't come back to their status after they've gone away. Well, it depends on what it is. You see what I'm saying? And are you the proper one to judge that at that moment? Or is it somebody else that's supposed to be the judge of that? Sadducees. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like once you've been in the status. And so these are the crafty things because Satan know she only have a little bit of time. Right? Especially after the lion is riled up, right? And can detect and see red that they're raging, right? Because now he knows that somebody's after his something. It's almost like the lion laying around with all his women, you know what I'm saying? And there's somebody else on the prowl coming in, right? So again, here go Moses saying something again. I'm looking kind of sideways at this Moses energy. If he died without children, right? His brother should marry the widow, and their children will get all the dead man's property. So the brother should marry the woman, and then the children should get all the property. I mean, I don't know, I guess. Well, but then again, I'm thinking what if this individual had a child and people hid the child or something happened to the child? Or, this is what I'm feeling here. I don't know. I don't know who this is for. I don't know. Yeah. Could somebody have, because maybe this is this child that I keep, The brother should marry the widow, and their children should get it. So it won't even go to the widow. It'll go to their children. So it's staying in the brothers, so it's making the woman be basically still under some kind of something of the man. I don't know. I'm thinking dowry. Yeah. Okay. Their children will get it all. But again, what if this person had a child, but people wanted to strip that child away, or again, some other forces that might be governing or hovering over may have kept that child from his, yeah. I don't know. It just makes me feel like that's what we're talking about. That somebody's trying to deny the fact that somebody had a child already, so that it could just be the person, this man, and whoever this person would be getting, their children would get these benefits. I don't know. I'm seeing something like that. But again, it's like, that's kind of strange because I don't know. I just keep hearing something about, again, a hidden child and a hidden woman, a hidden wife. And again, I look at this now on when it comes to soul contracts. I don't look at it as like we was here a long time ago, made these contracts and back. But again, soul contract, if we're here now, this is going to keep on moving on. So if we're here now, could people be making soul contracts as well now? That's what I'm saying. Because people have celestial babies now. And then the locusts and those kind of energies can come and consume that child, act like it never existed, when that's a king, a future king that wears a crown. You see what I'm saying? And instead the brother, and we know how ruthless shit is when it comes to kingdoms. Who's to say that? I was watching some commercial the other day about some movie that's coming out with Vivica in it. And I probably will be going to see it. I say, okay, that look good. But he was like, I got to go back after him and I got to kill off his whole bloodline. I'm like, that's some cold-blooded shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is the kind of thing I'm talking about here. Because I think I've seen something scripted like this here in real time. This is crazy. And especially when, you might have an energy of someone that would be a empress or a queen, and people know this, right? Or of high status, like royal heirs or whatever, that are women, and they're not being protected like some of these other people are, right? Some of these other people are being protected to a certain extent, but no, not the heirs, not the real royal heirs. They're not. No, they're not. They're more likely spending their time trying to cause things to divide them so that they don't come together. I'm the type of person, I put my stuff to the side. I might not can't stand your guts, but when I meet you, I'ma respectfully say, you might can't come in my house. You might can't come in my house. But I'm respectful and cordial. If we didn't already fought and we fought it out, I'm the type of person that we can lead that match and operate, and I'm just going to be operating with you on that level of just realness. I don't know. And I just think a lot of people are not that way anymore. And that's why some of us were chosen. I mean, that's just what it is. Besides the fact that you just already was born that way through your lineage or whatever, your makeup. And it's just like, you have people over you that's incompetent and ridiculous, trying to tell you what you gonna do or where you gonna go, or trying to jail you every step, or trying to silence you every step, or trying to do something to embarrass you every step of the way into your greatness. And really is because they could never be that great. And they're just really upset about it. And they've tried to do everything to beat you down, and they still can't get you down, keep you down. You keep getting back up. The reason why somebody is even having to explain this is probably because of some corrupt family members and some corrupt stuff going on here. We had among us a family of 7 brothers. The first of these men married and then died without children. So his widow became the second brother's wife. This brother also died without children, and the wife passed to the next brother, and so on until she had been the wife of each of them. This makes me think about that Hindu story about them 7 brothers and that sister. And again, she ended up being, I think, unhappily married or having a, that's why, with this arranged marriage stuff, enough already. Enough. A female should be able to choose. Nobody else, and especially some of these men that have been having power and authority for so long that they don't even really take the women's perceptive into consideration. Especially, I'm talking about the woman, not trans energy, not any other energy, you know what I'm saying, but the woman. Or even androgynous. I look at androgynous as also 2 spirits in one body. It doesn't have to mean that you're gay. It doesn't have to mean that your outer parts or anything have to be, I'm just saying, I just look at it differently. This is the way I look at it. Because we're all just that soul anyway. Whatever you do with your body is your business, as long as you're not harming children or harming other people. My thing is, we're all just these souls, or we're all just this something that's just not even really, I don't like to say not important, but because I think that some of us are more than that. But when it comes to divinity or being divine in that sense, and usually those are people that are brought in when there's chaos on the plane to, or activate it even within somebody that's already here in order to help with something. When the earth is in chaos or shambles. But we got these people that still just thinking the same way that they think, possibly, still running things because you're, and I know how you are, because you're not involving the people that you know, and you're sitting back and you're watching, you're observing these people, and you're still trying to do it back better. What you're trying to say is forget about what God said and let's do what the hell we want to do. Stiff neck. And they're going to have to pay. They're going to have to see. But they're blaming on you that you stiff neck. Yeah, you hard headed as hell as the people, but the people that are stiff necked are the people that want to continue to operate in some of these manners, in some of these ways. They want to continue to think about ways to eliminate elder races and groups. But again, we're going to be dealing with a nation that don't have no damn reserve for the old or the new. So once they done using these people that they bringing in, they're going to eradicate their ass too. So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, we have to realize this. Or once these foreign entities that may be your same skin color, but ain't maybe your same kinfolk, get in, they're going to eliminate the so-called white people that could have helped us bring order, because you see what I'm saying? Then now you have a foreign tyrannic that don't understand you and don't have no regards for you or your children. And again, a lot, no offense towards this, but we know that it is customary for many people that come here to make money here, do things here, live together here, and pay, you see what I'm saying? They know how to, live together and become abundant, and then break off and then, do their own thing. Just how to operate, I guess, right? So if we think about this, and then a lot of times they'll get off and then they will send money back to wherever they're from. So this is no offense personally. This is not an attack on any one person. This is saying this is about talking about the narrative, the perception, the way that things work, because it's mostly the way that things are working in the ideologies and the thought process of the people that are putting them in place. And most of the time, it does not benefit the elders of this land, which are the origine people. Come on, y'all. We got to get with it. So whose wife will she be in the resurrection? For she was the wife of all 7 of them. So again, I feel like this is when something new is going to be done, some other time or something, that now they're talking about this wife that somebody's arguing over here, right? And after something dies out or something, right? People again, remember we were talking about how the stars fell from heaven, right? Now again, that was a prophecy that Nostradamus said, right? He was talking about that in rain, right? During the Black Plague or whatever. But also we read about this in the biblical text as well. And, I'm just saying, because again, it's kind of like a laying low or whatever, I feel. But also they're going to end up, creating mountains or whatever, or these giants or whatever with regular women. Now, this makes me think about 2 things. Talk about people with lots of knowledge and stature, right? Not even just in height. And then also building somewhat nations and tribes and groups. That's how I see it. But when we use women, are we talking about, origine women, or are we talking about foreign women? Because now, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of people coming in here. And I don't know, I haven't looked at the demographics or anything about how many men and women and families and all that stuff. I think I heard it, but it went over my head. Most of our men are in jail. But, I don't know. I'm hoping that we at a time when a lot of these people for petty crimes can be, given a second chance, like when it comes to prison reform. I don't know all about it, but I'm just saying I feel like that's something important. But then when that happens, if we do, get to that point, I'm just saying, you guys, I'm just bringing this up as just like something to think about. And this is never to hate anybody because if you see it, these views the same way that I'm seeing them. No, that's not the point. It's to get your shit straight and just recognize game. Your women to be cuffed up. You know what I'm saying? And then again, I'm feeling like, these men will come out and again, it'll be a lot of women to choose from. But the sweet potato pie, you know what I'm saying? I'm just wondering if, that all be cuffed up by, I don't know. Maybe I don't know, by high society people and keep them under their wings under some kind of conservatorship or something like that. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all what I see. But Jesus said your error is caused by your ignorance of the scriptures and of God's power. Oh, well, that's kind of like what we just said right here, okay? I mean, I'm just saying. For in the resurrection, there is no marriage. Everyone is as the angels in heaven. But now, to whether there is resurrection of the dead, don't you ever read the scriptures? Don't you realize that God was speaking directly to you when he said, I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? So God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. So again, that's the separation here. God of the living and God of the dead. The living creatures that got the breath blown into them is foreign entities. Or entities that they took subgroups or subraces. Almost like what things Biden comes out of Biden's mouth. I'm wondering if this is the whole bringing his children from afar. I'm wondering if this is the whole, who is in that vassal. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know. Eve was the mother of the living. You get what I'm saying? So God is not the God of the dead. But there's a time when those who put people in slavery go into slavery. Right? So is that the resurrection? Right? And then when you resurrect, will you be marrying? Because again, this marriage thing has something to do with you becoming a civilian or a citizen or something of that nature, possibly, right? So this even makes me think about like underground activity, right? The crowds were profoundly impressed by his answer, but not the Pharisees. When they heard that he had routed the Sadducees with his reply, they routed, was that route? I don't have my glasses on. Is it routed or rooted? Yeah, routed the Sadducees with his reply. They thought up a fresh question of their own to ask him. One of them, a lawyer. Okay. See, because I do feel like there's some kind of court or some kind of council or something going on, under the guise of me not knowing. And I think it has something to do with this Rittenhouse energy. The high priestess. Okay, it has something to do with this. The queen of feathers. And a knight of feathers. And a page of feathers. Okay, the high priestess here has a scroll. Queen of feathers is kind of like flying. She's of nature, though. She has like a dandelion roots or something. She's like dressed like in a costume that looked like a dandelion root. And I don't know. Let's see. Jesus. Let's just keep moving. One of them, a lawyer, spoke up. Sir, which is the most important command in the law of Moses? And Jesus replied, love thy Lord, your God, with all your heart, soul, and mind. I don't know about this part here. Love the Lord, your God. Well, again, I don't know. Like, this is what I'm saying. I don't know. Like, who is he talking to at this point here? Is this like a denoting of children of Israel, and they're supposed to respect their landlords, which are foreign, possibly energies that some of these people, I bet you if we look, some of these people that's in these governing positions or have been set up as mayors and everything, we just like, oh yeah, oh, black power, there's black people in these positions. You don't realize they came to take, you know what I'm saying? The essence of it's just like in a way, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the world got pride except for so-called American blacks. American origines. So we can't say why it seemed like these people is only like first generation within this decade, immigrants from other places. Just because they look like us don't mean that they think like us. Don't mean that they, just like it's sitting here saying a division between who's what God. So again, this must be talking about Lucifer energy. This is trying to call somebody. This is calling. So God is not the God of the dead. So the God of the dead is Lucifer. So who they trying to make Lucifer? We did the thing on the allodial energy. They're wearing red. So again, is that Lucifer energy? But then again, is Lucifer the one that's going to be running the world, right? But is it because we didn't caught this and we know that that's not what it is, and that it is what it is, and that the sun, you know what I'm saying? That's why they trying to put was that why they tried to exalt the Son of Man above the Son of God? But since we got, and this is what's raising from the dead, why they want to try to shame us and call us pagan and all this other stuff because of whatever. But these are the people that's also doing the root work and all these other works behind the scenes. In the black magic. We're pure. We try to do things right and bring order. They are the ones doing all the rituals and shit behind the scene. Smiling in your face, but it's because they want to take your place. I told you I hadn't seen one of them devils in a red dress asking people to send them a picture of their daddy in them. I mean, with the internet, nobody couldn't email it. You want them to send it to you with their address? I don't know, y'all. Y'all better be paying attention. What we're not seeing is the workings of the downfall. You want to know how they fell or they got lost? Is right now not listening to their true Messiah or messenger. They went astray and worship idols. But since you think a cross is an idol, you don't realize that building back better, right? Or that energy of artificial intelligence or succubus energy that is feeding off of your real American empress. You don't see that part. In most religious aspects with men, especially even when it comes to all these groups and stuff that's out here, they don't want to say that the Messiah is a woman. They don't want to say that God is a woman, that it's Mother Earth, the wife of that entity. Well, when I want to call God by, or Elohim, when I want to call God by a first name, I use Adonai. And that's when it's a one-on-one specific. That's in that energy when I feel as though I'm talking to him as a communing, as a companion. Not groveling on the floor on my knees as somebody that, no. Even though that's the most important energy. Again, I'm experiencing where I put that energy above everything in my life. Yes. Would I? You know what I'm saying? Yes. Would I get on my knees? Yes. But that's just not that's not how I communicate with Source. I feel like we are dealing with a living God energy that's walking this plane. And when I know that that's short, then that's what it's going to be. But we'll keep on moving. But yeah, I see what this is talking about here now, right? When again, Lilith would be the mother of all because she kept on populating even after, but under Eve. But was Eve again barren? and they were still using the children of Lilith, but Lilith was too strong. She was too, you know what I'm saying, grounded into the earth, into nature, and her God, the original one. I'm just really thinking about this when it comes to the asterisk of American energy. I'm just thinking of this, and this is what the problem is. So you took in foreign gods. That's what it is. And they made sure they had them set up with the equipment and all equipped with what they need. Unfortunately, you don't realize that these are the same people that end up with your damn bones and your children's bones. And I'm saying we in 2021 now, so to be done in a different way, right? They'll be your doctors. They'll be you get what I'm saying? All right now. Defunding the police, so it takes longer for them to get to you, while people rape and pillage and everything. Because even this Night of Feathers, it looked like some slow movement. It's like I'm gonna show y'all later, okay, when I come back for the second part. But it's like some troll, like a troll looking, or like a kind of look like the creatures from the Dark Crystal, and he's like on this kind of like ship or something, and his eyes are real sleepy looking, and he just moving real slow. He got the key. He got the keys on top of his, but he's really like slow moving, sluggish here. So again, it wants you to love your Lord. Now, that's what I'm saying. A landlord or a lord or whatever. See? And so this is even just making me think of something here. This is making me think of something. Like somebody trying to play. Somebody trying to play me. Somebody trying to play the people. You trying to play me. You trying to play all the people. And that's the bottom line. And you know why you playing. This is the first and the greatest commandment. The second most important. And I got to go back to the commandments and read them exactly how they read so I can see what we talking about here. All right. This is the first and the greatest command. Yeah, because again, if you loving somebody that don't love you back with all your heart and soul, then that's what the hell you going to get back. I guess. I don't know. This is the first and greatest commandment. The second most important is similar. Love your neighbor as much as you love yourself. And that's another thing. I'm going to have... Wait a minute. Remember, because Moses went up there with them damn tablets. He got mad, broke them, and came back with some other shit written. So I'm just wondering. Hold on. Oh, my neck, y'all. This all seemed like stuff to get you to comply to a foreign lord energy. I'm telling you. It's not God. This is talking about to do this stuff for the Lord. So you're giving all your energy to the Lord. Now, if the Lord is actually going to be a person that really cares about you by body, mind, and soul, or whatever this is, heart, mind, and soul, okay, no matter where they came from or what they look like. But if that's not the case, then you're getting fooled. Fooled you again. I mean, this is just, I'm really just bothered by a little bit of this here. Okay. If the Lord is a foreign reign, brought here reign, Lord, right? Do you see now here then? Right? Now you see how indoctrination works? After so much time, then you start thinking like the people, you start doing as the people. You know what I'm saying? You accept them as your people. You don't really see the difference because the skin is kind of similar. And then you end up going down, 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 down. It's just the way it goes. Let's see. In some cases, not every single one. In some cases, we just have to weigh all the options here. I like to evaluate and weigh all the options. What about the Messiah? Whose son is he or she? Okay. The son of David. All right. They replied, then why does David speaking under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, speaking under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, so why does David speaking under the inspiration of the Holy, so again, David inspired by the Holy Spirit, call him Lord. Okay, so again, is this a hijack? Is this somebody trying to steal somebody's crown or throne? Like, what is we talking about here? It's almost like like revising it as if like a woman was powerful and standing in her archer energy here in Upper Egypt or somewhere else. But just because, I guess maybe because of finances or something like that, not because of knowledge and everything, it's going to make it seem as though, again, this energy of this Lord or whatever would be over her. But it's like, what things happened and occurred so that this would happen? The people that were sent to help said people decided not to help them gain the knowledge or the resources or the finances that they were supposed to get in order to be able to achieve this. So it's a hijack and it's a setup and it's a you damned if you do and you damned if you don't from the beginning. All the while, right? We the ones feeding all this and fueling this with the breath of God with this damn word. Somebody should have had something set up already for those that are the Levites or those of those priestly family lines so that they would be straight. So that they should at least be able to be given a small something so that they would be able to move forward then. But because that didn't happen, that lets me know that it's a hijack. It was a setup. And this is the way that they wanted it to happen in the first place. So then we have to reorganize what we're talking about. When we're talking about finance, it had to be about who can get the damn job done. And people should back them and support them still. Or else you won't have nothing to back and support. I'm just telling you what it is. This when it goes to, again, I say I am that capital of the U.S., but the dome or that temple, but there are more here within every other state as well. These are empresses that rightfully so in the Americas were the reigning class, the matriarchal classes. But it's almost like trying to make it like you have to have a man beside you to get it. If you don't want to, then or you're going to have to deal with like a lesser man or something like this. And that's not even, that don't even sound right to me. It's basically just trying to degrade strong women that can do the job that they can't get the fuck done at the end of the day. That's basically what it is. And nobody wants to admit it. So this is the way we're just going to do it this way. I'm just done. Let's read this last piece here. And it's that like that song, She Done Been through more stuff than any of you could ever. And been there for you more than anybody could have ever. And that's the shit. And that's what I'm saying. That's why you can't be nice. You can't be. And that's why these girls, they be acting smart, smiling in your face and nice, but they beasts behind your back. Ain't no way that you could be in that zone. And that's why I'm saying it's people like me that can see right through them now. Yeshua said for David, okay, God said to my Lord, sit at my right hand until I put your enemies beneath your feet. Since David called him Lord, how can he be merely his son? Because I would take Lord out, right? And we would say that David probably called this person God. David probably called this person God. Then they put Lord in there. This is something you got to have an eye for to be able to see. It could be Lord, but in my eyes, I'm seeing something different. Or a part of that God head, right? Because again, God is the Father and the Father is God. So, I'm just trying to figure out. They had no answer. And after that, no one dared ask him any more questions. And I'm just saying if David was being on some bull, you know what I'm saying? Because he might have been mad or salty about something. Because we just said that something about some salty energy was here, right? I just wonder if that's the case. Just as to get back at somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because, and that's what I'm saying. It's just a whole thing about this controlling of women. We have to be almost in Genesis 6 or around that when they wanted to subdue and replenish. That is subdue the original people here and replenish, right? those who are here, like Biden said, we're going to be underneath Hispanics. And again, this is no offense to those people. This is just saying what he said. And then he scared all the so-called white people in the room and told them that if these things are here, they're going to ruin. So he lied to you. And then he called damn near the American black woman COVID. Like, they don't like to hear us running our mouth. They don't like to hear us talking too much or letting off all this fuel or all this energy, right? This fossil fuel. They don't want you to get mad. They don't want the earth's core to heat up. That's really you getting pissed off. Nah. So again, they're going to send in a flood to cool shit down. I'm telling you, you won't get it back. You won't get it. You will be sorry. You better wake, realize, and recognize. Wake. This is just how I see it. I don't know. I'm truly was inspired by that. My neck is hurting now. I'm going to have to come back to you guys later. I'll probably do a video on camera because I wanted to, show you these cards and stuff like that. Ouch. And I will see you guys soon. Take care. Oh my goodness.